I'm just gonna like scoot you, just like a little, not too much. It's like a leaning tower of boxes at this point. Hey everyone, so welcome to what is sure to be a very exciting video, obviously. I have quite a few things to unbox here for you. Mostly books, some decor though, and then I actually have like a thrift haul for you as well, which has like some really cool pieces that I found at the thrift store for decor. So this is like a half book unboxing, half thrifted decor haul style video, and I think it'll be really fun because I'm excited about these things, and so therefore it'll be fun for me. But first and foremost, this video is actually sponsored by Book of the Month, which I'm so excited about. You guys know I worked with Book of the Month for quite a while, and this is very exciting time for me to be working with them again. Book of the Month is a super popular and fast-growing online book subscription service for readers, and they have a mission to promote new and emerging authors. Their team goes through hundreds of books every single month so that their readers can be sure that the picks that they do choose for them that month are some of the best new and early release titles coming out that month, and then you as the reader, as the subscriber, get to choose out of those books which one to be sent to you in a nice lovely blue box. Plus they do this at the best price for a new release hardcover fiction book, and you can even get your first book for just $9.99 using the code CHEERS for the month of March. Book of the Month is a risk-free subscription service, meaning that if you ever want to cancel or skip at any point in a month, it is at no cost to you, so that's always a good thing. Now they actually have 8 book picks for the month of March, which is incredible. I did choose 2 of them, but mine are still coming in the mail, unfortunately, by the time I'm filming this video. But the 2 that I ended up deciding on were The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth. I was actually really excited when I saw, actually all of the book picks for the month of March are really exciting, but we'll get to those in a minute. I've read a Sally Hepworth book in the past, a thriller, and it is still to this day one of my favorite thrillers, so I have really high hopes for this new book of hers. Now the second book that I chose was The London Seance Society by Sarah Penner. I'm very excited about this. I had this in my most anticipated releases for 2023 video, and when I saw it I immediately had to snatch it up. The other book that I have by Sarah Penner is also in a Book of the Month format, so they can look beautiful next to each other on my shelves. Now I will say I'm really excited about this one's topic because it's like a historical fiction mixed with like death. I don't know. That's like the best way that I'm going to describe it. But the other picks for this month were Wayward by Amelia Hart, which looks really cool, The Last Russian Doll by Kristen Loesch, Rootless by Crystal Zara Apia, Pineapple Street by Jenny Jackson, Lone Women by Victor Laval, and probably one of the most exciting books for a lot of my viewers, because if you guys like fantasy like me, you were probably very excited to see this come out, and that is The Adventures of Amina al-Sirafi by Shannon Chakraborty, which is Shannon Chakraborty's newest book, and yeah, she's an amazing author, and it looks beautiful, fantastic. Scrumdiddlyumptious. So don't forget, if you guys wanted to check out Book of the Month, you can get your first book for just $9.99 using the code CHEERS, and you can find all that information down in my description bar below as well if you just want to follow the link to the website. So thank you so much to Book of the Month for sponsoring this video, and let's get into these, you know. We'll start with the books because I feel like that's probably what most of you are here for. I actually placed a couple more orders that I thought would come in before this video, but unfortunately they did not, and I am going on a trip, so I just want to get this video out there. We'll have to film another one at another time, obviously. So the first book, or the first box that I wanted to open, is actually a Book of the Month box. That's just happenstance. I didn't really realize that my sponsorship would be lining up with this video. I purchased these on my own last month, so this part's not sponsored, but the last part was. Obviously, I love the service if I'm paying for them out of my own little pocket. But I'm really excited about these. I do have a subscription to Book of the Month, so I don't purchase things every single month. I do tend to like hold my credits and skip a few, so I had quite a few to spend, and I just wanted to get a few of their other books that they have on their website, so that's what this is. I feel like this is bright. That feels better. So we have a bookmark that says Be Mine. Love it. And then these were my 2 extra picks for that month. I got The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I do have Alex Michaelides' other book in a Book of the Month format, so I thought it would be nice to have them next to each other. I read this last year. I absolutely adored it. I gave it 5 stars. This is a really good book. This is really good. It's a psychological thriller. We have basically this patient who was admitted into the psych ward after potentially killing her husband, but she hasn't spoken a word since she was, you know, captured and discovered. So we have Theo, who's a criminal psychologist and thinks that he's gonna be the one to crack the case, and he wants to get her to talk, so he, you know, takes her as his patient and ideally will get a confession out of her or know what happened that day if maybe she didn't murder her own husband. So I'm really glad I finally have a copy of this. The other book that I got that was my extra. Guys, if you have been following my channel at any point within the last few months, you know that I have been absolutely obsessed with dark academia, and I'm going to be doing a whole like video on it, so look forward to that if you're into dark academia. If not, don't look forward to it. But I got The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I actually really like this book of the month copy. It looks really cool. It looks ginormous too. I just figured that if I'm going to be really into dark academia, I've got to start at the roots of it all, because I was doing research, as one does when they're gonna film a cool video, and I realized that so many dark academia books have their roots in The Secret History, as in like they were either inspired by it or have like heavy similarities between them. So I feel like at this point, if I want to keep reading dark academia, I want to read this first so that I can catch on to those, and I'm glad to have bought it. I really wanted a floppy paperback though, I'm not gonna lie, but I had credits to you, so I was like, Brittany, stop spending money. Stop spending extra money. You know, you've already spent some, might as well use those. And now my book pick for last month was actually The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz. This looks so cool. Let me actually just read you the blurb. At one exclusive writer's retreat, it's publish and perish. Like, it's a thriller about writers that go on a retreat. This looks so fun. I love thrillers. I actually typically pick thrillers whenever I'm looking through Book of the Month's selection. So that one caught my eye and I wanted it and I got it. Crazy. Anyways, now some of these Amazon ones I accidentally opened because I was expecting a different package, and so whoa, who knew what was in here, you know? But actually this is really exciting. I decided to like slowly start building my collection and to slowly start treating myself with Penguin cloth-bound classics. I want these to like fill out my beautiful dark shelves that I built. I really like how these cloth-bound classics look. So I figured the next one to add to my collection is going to be the Iliad by Homer. It was between this and the Odyssey, and I was like, all right, let's start with the Iliad. I kind of want to do a reread of this. The last time I read it, I was in high school, and I feel like in high school, when you're forced to read anything, at least when I was forced to read anything, my eyes like glazed over the passages, and I probably didn't absorb it nearly as well as I believe I did. So one day I want to do a reread. I don't know if I can get myself to like mark up one of these cloth-bound classics though, I'm not gonna lie. These are just so pretty, but maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Another one that I did open, this actually did end up having what I thought was gonna be in it, but it also had a book, so this is a giant package for one single book. And that's gonna be Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. I read this last month in February. If you saw my February wrap-up, you saw that I absolutely adored this. Or if you even saw like my Valentine's Day like weekend vlog, you know that I loved this. This is so good. I gave it 5 stars instantly. This is a sequel to Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and I really loved Get a Life, Chloe Brown. Do not get me wrong, but there is something about reading about a character that you absolutely relate to that makes the reading experience so much more gratifying, because Danica, she is like a hyper independent bad bitch. I'm gonna leave it there. She's just a hyper independent girly. She knows what she wants. She knows her career. She's in love with her career, and she doesn't really care about like leaving love on the back burner because of that. And so she never really looked for love. And Zaf, our male main character, he is kind of going through it. He had like a really hard past few years. He used to be a professional, I think it's rugby player, and he had to leave that career very suddenly after an accident, and he's kind of been dealing with the grief process of that accident that had happened. And at the start of this one, he's trying to create like a nonprofit, but like he was very unsure about it. And then he and Danica actually go viral because someone takes a picture of them when he's carrying her out of their building, their coworkers. It's really good for his nonprofit, and Danny is like down to help. She's like, yeah, you're a really cool guy, I'll help. So it's like fake dating, which I love. I love fake dating. I'm soft for it. This was great. I highly recommend it. You don't technically have to read, by the way, these in order because they're just following different sisters. So if you want to just read this, you can. Here you go. Anyways. Ooh, okay. So to break up the monotony, we do have a fairyloot box. This one is the January one. I did think that my February one would come in time for this video because it's like March 8th right now as I'm filming, or March 7th. I don't have my watch on. It actually just shipped out the other day. So like I said, there's some books that are coming that we'll have to do in a different video, but let's look at January. Oh, cute, peanuts. Anyways, January. So, am I dark or am I light? I literally cannot. I can't tell. Because I feel like when it's like this, I feel like too bright, you know? All right, we'll leave it at that for right now. I'm gonna hate myself later in editing when I just keep changing my lighting. No, you're right, Brittany. Just stick to what you think. This one's good. Ooh! I just saw what the book is. So January was Sinister Secrets. I'm so excited. I told you when I was talking about the book of the month section that both of the books that I actually picked were on my most anticipated releases. Now this is another book that was in my most anticipated releases of 2023. Oh my god, I just saw the edges. Okay, I just need a minute. Just give me a minute. Oh my god. So this is The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshni Chokshi. Look at this. This is so beautiful. Inside every story is a secret. Inside every marriage is a lie. Oh, I love Roshni Chokshi. She is hands down like one of my favorite fantasy authors. I just loved her Star-Touched Queen series. The way that she writes is delectable. That is the only way I can describe it. It is delectable. She's very like whimsical and beautiful writing without it being like overly flowery in my opinion. And she mixes in mythology so splendidly. I love learning about mythology through fantasy books. Like that's kind of like one of my favorite things. Oh my god, guys, look at these edges. Like, okay, I'm sure it's the same, but I still loved it. Well, actually it's different. It's winter. It's different. It's different. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, you guys yelled at me because I forgot to take Emily Wilde out of the dust jacket the last time I did an unboxing, so we will not be forgetting this time. Oh my goodness. The peacocks, the arched window, the vibes. Oh, this is beautiful. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me read you what it's about if you didn't see my 2023 anticipated releases video. Once upon a time, a man who believed in fairy tales married a beautiful, mysterious woman named Indigo Maxwell Castañeda. He was a scholar of myths. She was heiress to a fortune. They exchanged gifts and stories and believed they would live happily ever after, and in exchange for her love, Indigo extracted a promise that her bridegroom would never pry into her past. But when Indigo learns that her estranged aunt is dying and the couple is forced to return to her childhood home, the House of Dreams, the bridegroom soon finds himself unable to resist. For within the crumbling manor's extravagant rooms and musty halls, there lurks the shadow of another girl, Azure, Indigo's dearest childhood friend, who disappeared without a trace. As the house slowly reveals his wife's secrets, the bridegroom will be forced to choose between reality and fantasy, even if doing so threatens to destroy their marriage or their lives. I'm just like so excited about this. It reminds me a bit of Mexican Gothic, but I just know that I love Roshni Chokshi's writing already, so I'm so ready. I'm very excited. I didn't know that was in here. Can you tell I'm excited? It's not like I said it 10 times. It's not. So this one, I think also has just one in it. Oh yeah. Speaking more on my dark academia obsession is another dark academia fave of people's, which is If We Were Villains by ML Rio. I got the paperback. I do really like the hardcover version, and if I end up loving this, I think I'll eventually buy it, just because they have different covers. But I think that the simplicity with this one called to me, and again, I really wanted like floppy paperbacks for this. I don't know. I'm in a floppy paperback era. This one isn't that floppy, but it's not bad. Yeah, I don't know too much about this. I know though that when I was doing research, this too had similarities or was inspired by The Secret History. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm silly for not having known that so many dark academia books have pulled inspiration from The Secret History, but when I found that out, I was dumbfounded, so there's that. So it looks like, enter the players. There were 7 of us then, 7 bright young things with wide, precious futures ahead of us. Until that year, we saw no further than the books in front of our faces. Love it. I love it. Next, ooh, I kind of forgot I got this, but thank goodness I did. Guys, Chain of Thorns. Chain of Thorns, Collector's First Edition by Cassandra Clare. Oh yeah, because this one has the reverse dust jacket. So if you get a first edition of this, I believe that they all have a reverse to the dust jacket. So like you can flip it if you want to. I think this is very pretty, actually. But I'm so excited about this book. I feel like I wasn't on this train. When the books were coming out, I hadn't read Chain of Gold and Chain of Iron. I just wasn't that excited about it, though like all my friends that know me were like, Brittany, you're going to love this, especially because Infernal Devices is my favorite trilogy that Cassandra Clare has ever made. And end of 2021 and start of 2022, I read Chain of Gold and Chain of Iron, and sorry, I'm like redoing my hair. And I was absolutely obsessed with it. I adored it. It's like Infernal Devices if it wasn't so, like if Infernal Devices wasn't so fade to black. And it's like better writing, it really is. I feel like if you've read all of Cassandra Clare's books, you know that as an author, she has definitely been improving as the years go by. I love the chemistry, I love the cast of characters, I love that it's a little bit more diverse than her books have been in the past. I love the plot, like I love what's going on in this one. It's just amazing. I will say it's better if you've read Infernal Devices first. It just is, because it's the children of Infernal Devices. So like if you know the backstory, it just makes it more gratifying because you get to see the characters that you fell in love with in Infernal Devices. And so therefore, read it if you can. Otherwise, I mean, it's still really good. Even if you haven't read it, I've heard people that absolutely adored it still. I'm actually pretty sure my like best friend hasn't read Infernal Devices, but she's been absolutely obsessed with this series. So obviously it can work. I think oh, there was something else in here. I got a comb. I'm gonna cut my own hair. So, I got scissors, like not in this unboxing that I'm doing, but I also at the time got a rat tail comb so that like I can like part my hair, you know, as it does and comb it. That was not a good idea. My bangs are overgrown and I'm still trying to make them be bangs, so I'm sorry if it bugs you because it's bugging me. Last package to unbox, but I think this is actually a decor item, so this is a really great intro to my decor thrifting stuff. As I said, my obsession with dark academia has been thorough in the fact that even like decor is starting to lean on that side of things, and I'm not minding it because I do want to decorate my book room more thoroughly. Okay guys, like this is one of those like terrible pull tabs. Like there's not even a tab in here. You're just like hoping that you're strong. Okay, I got a vase because I want to get like some Grecian looking or Grecian inspired, oh gosh, busts. And I figured I'd start with ones that are already vases, and this one isn't Grecian, it's a head. I don't have vases in general. We should start there. When I got flowers for Valentine's Day, I put them all in cups because I don't have vases. So I figured this is a good start, and she can just sit pretty in the meantime. Like when I don't use her, she can just be. Like, look at her. We love it. And we love the cleavage. Yes. Lovely. Also, if you are looking for anything that I do mention in this video, I will try to leave links for everything down below, obviously except for the thrifted stuff. I don't know where to find that except for at a thrift store. And I'll also leave my fairyloot information down below in case you guys wanted to purchase that. Let's kind of get into the stuff behind me. First, actually, let's talk about this. This isn't thrifted, but Adam went to Philadelphia like a few weeks ago now, and he stopped at the store called Bookish and he got me a couple things, and I just wanted to show you guys because I liked it so much. So it's an author-owned book boutique, which we have like barely any of those in Vegas. Must be nice to have them. But he got me 2 pins and I love them. The first one is one that just says Bibliophile and it has a book on it. Classic. And the other one is one that looks like Apollo. Like, look at him. Cats and books. I'm so excited about this. I have quite a pin collection of cats that look like my cats, but I don't have any for Apollo. I only have ones that look like Chala and ones that look like Luna. So this is great. I'm very excited about this. And that's it. That's all there was in that bag, but I wanted to include it. So now let's talk about the things that I thrifted. This is actually recent. I literally went last night. Start with this because it's a book. Look what I found. This is like a beautiful coffee table book. I'm absolutely obsessed. It's like the National Geographic Society 100 Years of Adventure and Discovery. It's in great condition, and it's just like pictures and stuff of like discovery and things. I thought it was gonna be a great like coffee table book and also just something to have downstairs. I love it. So I bought it. It was like $3. I feel like thrift shopping is just like such a hack, such a life hack. When you don't have money, and you still want to buy things, but like I don't just buy anything when I go thrifting. I try to like keep in mind that I'm like, okay, this should still be stuff that I want truly, but then like you get it at such a deal. Thrifting. I love that I've rediscovered it. Now I did get 2 frames and I'm really into these. This one I actually might leave as is. I'm not sure. I love like Egyptian scrolls and like papyrus things with like Egyptian hieroglyphics and things on them, Egyptian things on them. So I might just leave this one as is, but if not, I love this frame. It's so pretty, so I could just reframe it or something like that. But I found this, and put that over there. I found this one, which I'm definitely going to like put something different inside of it, but I just really enjoyed this frame. So it's just like a plain gold frame. Let me just, I feel like there's a glare. It's a weird time to film, I'm sorry. But I'd probably want it like standing, not laying, but who knows? My mom told me how to fix these kind of like backings. I don't know if you saw my vlog where I was discussing that I didn't know what to do in that situation. My mom told me. She's great. So the other thing that I found was actually, I'm probably the most excited about this item. Like honestly, this entire haul has been exciting, but this is the most. I found a candlestick. Candlestick holder, but I'm pretty sure it's real bronze. And the reason I say that is because there's like a patina happening on it. Like I don't know if I can, it's gonna like, yeah, there we go. So like some of the areas have like that greenish like patina happening, you know, like the Statue of Liberty. Is it bronze or is, yeah, well, I don't know. Either way, it's really heavy, and I remember picking it up last night with my mom and I was like, oh, this is why. I mean, I kind of figured it was like this, but candlesticks nowadays, they're pretty light, you know, unless like you pay a lot of money for a real metal one that's like metal all the way through, but they're typically not that heavy, and this is heavy. I was like, now I kind of get why in like murder mysteries or thrillers, girlies are always grabbing the candlestick holders to like whack someone with. And I told that to my mom and she's like, oh yeah, you can totally hit someone with it. I get my violent tendencies from her, I guess. But this is really cool. I love it. Unfortunately, there was only one. I would have gotten them if there were 2. But last thing that I got, which is arguably one of my most exciting finds. Like I said, I don't have vases, and every time I go to Goodwill now, look for like porcelain vases because I don't really want glass ones. Like I want like this like creamy kind of color to them, which is why I got like this one. But I saw this last night and it was $1 and it's great. Like if you look at it up close, it has like that kind of cracking happening to it, like the paint looking like it's cracking. I like that look, but I think this is great. I like this little handle. And I'm excited to actually have, you know, now 2 vases. If I get flowers, I have places to put them. So that's it. We got a good little haul going here. Let me know if you like this style of video, if you would like more like thrifted decor inclusions in my hauls, and let me know if you have read any of the books that I did haul today, if you like them or not. But other than that, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, if you want to check out Book of the Month or any of the other things that I talked about, just look down in my description box below. Thank you to Book of the Month for sponsoring this video, and thank you guys for watching this video. But other than that, I'm gonna go because I actually have a lot to do today. I'm going on a trip. I know, very exciting. I never leave my house. That's it for this video. See you in the next one. Bye! I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I know I'm not, so.
What beautiful creature.